Hey, how's it going, everybody? Nazar here, or better known as Naz. You're watching Nostalgic. It's my channel about nostalgia, things I like, my memories that I talk about on my various playlists and stuff like that. So, those of you who are new, welcome. I hope you check out my playlists and get to know those nuances that I do. But what I'm gonna do today, before this gets a little too long or whatever, I just wanted to do a quick little room tour. I didn't really clean anything up. It's not really like made up for an official video, which I'll do eventually. But right now, it's not about showing off my collection. I just wanted to show you guys what I have for now, while I do a little bit of a channel update. So, I just wanted to clear a few things up. I know I've made a bunch of videos in the past where I told people that, like, I'm stopping making flea market videos, blah, blah, blah. And I am, but I'm also not. So, there's a bunch of things I wanted to clear up. So I'm going to talk about that in this video. I'm going to maybe give some of my opinions about the retro collecting community, or new toys, art toys, toy collecting in general, a little bit of video game collecting stuff. So, those of you that know who I am and what I do, you know what to expect. A lot of, there's going to be some talking, a lot of talking. And those of you who are new, I'm going to show off some of my collection so that you guys know exactly what it is that I collect, the stuff that I'm into, and hopefully you'll stick around and watch more videos and check out my flea market videos, check out my older collection room videos. There's a ton of all those videos, guys. Just check out those playlists and hopefully you'll enjoy those. Um, but yeah, without further ado, let's flip this camera around and show you what I got, and you can listen to my ramblings and such. Alright, the typical walking in the door shot. So here's a little overview, and I'm going to walk around and kind of show you exactly what's happening here. I'm going to tell you what's in those bins. A lot of my collection is still in those bins, so that's why this place isn't decked out completely head to toe. One of my favorite movies. But yeah, there's stuff up there. There's stuff down here. There's some stuff there. There's my Back to the Future shebang, and art supplies, and etc, etc. Alright, let's start with my Back to the Future collection. I just recently put this back up on the wall because where I had it, there just wasn't enough room. So I was like, man, I'm just gonna screw a bunch of these basic L bracket things and some old wood in my backyard and put some of this stuff up, because Back to the Future is like my all-time favorite franchise that I love to collect for. That's one of my art pieces, by the way. I do 3D collages. But anyway, but yeah, I just put out a video showcasing my Back to the Future collection. That's why all of it was out, hence why I had to put it back up, because I was like, I'm not putting this stuff back. I love this stuff too much. So, but yeah, check out my collection playlist. You can watch me picking everything out, showing every single thing I have, and talking about it in that video. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. But for now, let me flip the camera around, and I'm gonna start showing this and talking about what I gotta talk about, man. Okay, so here's pretty much what it looks like. I do have a bunch more stuff. I have a whole stack of Back to the Future comic books, more video games, like more modern ones. There's obviously a couple NES right there. But I still have a ton of other stuff, but for now, this is all that's out, and let me walk up closer, I guess. This is my most recent acquisition. I'm going to unbox that soon, put it together, and put it down here with the rest of my DeLoreans and such. But yeah, was really looking forward to this playset coming out. I'm still gonna get the other. There's a couple other. What do you call them, figures coming out of Doc Brown and Marty from the 50s. So I can't wait to get that. VHS, I have this TARDIS up there. It's Maggie's, actually, my girlfriend. It's signed by David Tennant on the top of it. Here. So people aren't like, you're full of it, man. There you go, David Tennant to Maggie. So yeah. I know this stuff is not exactly displayed right now, I'm not really worried about that. Right now I'm focused more on my art and other things I'm doing. Trying to grow my YouTube channel a little bit more so I can start making more quality content and take out my better camera and stuff like that. But this is the Back to the Future camera. This is actually like the next model that came out after the movie. So this is a better camera, and unfortunately it's not the exact model, but it is the same camera, just the next year or whatever, the newer version of the same thing. Same colors and all that, so JVC. So there we go. Again, I don't want to go too much through all this, so I'm just gonna keep showing this. If you want to hear the stories, check out the video I made specifically about Back to the Future. But for now, I wanted to, hey, you can see my mouth. For now, I wanted to talk about just about the channel. So this is going to be the channel update stuff while I kind of play around and show you stuff that you're looking at here. So what my channel is about, it's basically about, like I said earlier, it's about my nostalgia. It's about things I grew up with. You know, that's what nostalgia is. Things I grew up with, things I loved, you know, things that make me feel good, which includes toys, it includes video games, it includes more specifically memories that I have of me growing up and moving around a lot, you know, all sorts of stuff like that. So nostalgia isn't necessarily about the thing, it's about what the thing reminds you of. So a lot of this stuff just basically holds memories for me of watching this movie with my family or friends, or as a kid, like remembering the thoughts I had while I was watching this stuff, you know? The movies of Doc and Marty going places. And obviously, Back to the Future isn't the only movie that brings me nostalgia. It's just like one of my absolute favorite trilogies. Just, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, and that kind of segues to my art as well. I'll get back to the update and talking about my channel, but this has everything to do with my channel as well. I'm an artist. I've been making 3D collages like this one in particular for, oh my god, about 20 years now. My collages are all over the world. Yes, this one's signed by Bob Gale. I met the guy at Comic-Con and he signed my art piece, which was amazing. So but yeah, I've made these are all over the world. I've sold my art in art galleries. My art is not exactly cheap, but that's because there's a lot of work behind each piece. There's a lot of intricacy behind a lot of my pieces. This what you're looking at is actually not one of my most intricate pieces, but it's still cool nonetheless. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. I am working on a website right now to kind of show off more of my collages and stuff like that. So, but yeah, there's a lot of details in here. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, but all of this is made out of real comic books. I don't copy anything. I don't print anything out. I buy the book from the manufacturer. I cut it up and glue it in many, many meticulous ways to make sure that it's preserved and doesn't bubble up or anything like that, or fade away. But anyway, all right, a little segue. I grew up in Ukraine. I'm from Ukraine. We left in the 90s, and specifically in 1990. Lviv is the town of my birth. It's literally called Lion. It's established in that year, so very rich history. I do believe in God. I'm a little weird with religions and such things, but I do believe in God. There's someone up there. If space is infinite, then the possibilities of everything are also infinite. So you can't say something doesn't exist or it does exist, really. It's all what you believe, but everything's possible. So anyway, I just lost everybody that was watching this. But yeah, I'm not like a religious nut or anything. I just wanted you guys to get to know me more, and that's all I'm gonna say about that part. This is all I have left of my pop collection. So basically from that end to Castiel up there, this is all I have as far as my Pops go. I do have Power Ranger stuff like Black and Gold Dragon Zord there, and my Green Ranger. Those are both Toy Tokyo exclusive Pops. And so yeah, that's all I have as far as Pops go. I'm not a Pop guy anymore. I used to have a ton of them. Like, if you look at this whole thing here, I used to have about 5 times this much. So, the rest of these are Maggies. I'm sure some of you are like, whoa, wait, why are all these other Pops there? Well, because they belong to Maggie, my girlfriend. She loves her Queen Elizabeth, she loves her Little Mermaid stuff, Outlander. Those are actually pricey now. Obviously, Doctor Who, she loves pretty much all Doctor Who stuff, except we haven't watched the new, what do you call it? The new woke Doctor, the female one that rewrote everything. Then we have Harry Potter stuff. She's all about that. So there you go. Alright, enough of that. These are just some signs I made. Handmade collage sign for shows I do and stuff like that. My friend Andre made me this. This is made out of with a plasma cutter. This is actually all steel. Here you can hear it. So yeah, it's been powder coated. The red that you see, I was hand painting that. That's why that part looks awful. Everything else looks awesome. So yeah, I'm still working on that to make it pop more. But anyway, my collecting actually started with cars, believe it or not. I absolutely love diecast cars. This is my 118 collection. Most of these I had since I was roughly 10, 11 years old, and then I collected throughout my life. I also had 5 times the amount of these cars back in the day. I had 6 more of these cases. It used to be my entire room, just these amazing cars. I sold everything before I went to college, but that's a whole other story. You can hear about it in one of my playlists on Nostalgic Trips, where I talk about my collecting origins and stuff like that. But but yeah, anyway. Alright, so I'm gonna show you some of these and continue with my channel update. Like I said, it's a mishmash video. You get to look at my collection and listen to my jibber jabber. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, so flea market videos. My YouTube channel started growing immensely when I started bringing my camera with me to the flea market. I was heavily influenced by Retro Liberty, who are Pixel Game Squad now, the Game Chasers, what do you call it, Pat the NES Punk, when he used to do his Flea Market Madness videos, Retro Hunters, a bunch of others. The list goes on and on. There's a bunch of videos that YouTubers that I don't remember now, but I used to watch a lot. I really enjoyed the channels that are more homegrown, kind of like filming the way I'm filming now with their phones and kind of just talking about themselves and their memories and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong, I love my good production videos, you know, kind of like Ed's Retro Geek Out or Game Chasers, stuff like that, you know, where people pay a little more attention to their stuff. And not, you know, not to mention Pixel Game Squad, when they do their high production videos, it's amazing. Anyway, Aaron's a good dude. You guys check all those guys out. But where was I? So my channel started growing because of flea market videos, and I grew up at flea markets, guys. I've been a collector my entire life. I just haven't filmed my collections or going to flea markets my entire freaking life. I've always done that for myself because that's what collections are for, you know what I'm saying? So but yeah, basically I started filming them, I don't know, 7-8 years ago. A lot of people started watching, my channel slowly started growing, you know, like, by growing I mean like a couple thousand people. Like, I still haven't passed the 5,000 subscriber mark, which is cool with me. I love the following I have right now. It's a nice tight-knit little community I have on my YouTube channel of really awesome people that watch my stuff. Some of you actually watch all my stuff, which I almost feel bad for you. But anyway, yeah, I'm a weird guy. But anywho, so, alright, I'll get back to those later. I'm gonna continue doing my update and showing you what I got here. Alright, just some amiibos. Oh yeah, that's actually a good segue. When I came back from college, I quit smoking at the time. That was my second time in my life that I quit smoking cigarettes. And Amiibo just started coming out, and I really got hooked, guys. I had like pretty much all of them except the stupid trainer and whatever other BS that I don't care about. Oh yeah, that's the original Dalek from the 80s. It's still in there. It has a little record player in it. It's cool. There's a video about it where I repaired it and made it work again. Uh, my custom Mythic Legions that Leland, my friend, made for me. That thing's awesome. That's my custom turtle wagon. Anyway, okay, sidetracking. That's when I met JDF at a Comic-Con. Oh my god, that was a good day. Yes, there's a video about everything here, and that is the point of my channel. My collection, the point of my collection. Every single item here has a story about it. It's either me going out with my friends, me going out with my girlfriend, family members, trading with friends, buying from friends, gifts from friends, like all this stuff. I can literally pick out like one item and talk about it for 15 minutes to an hour, depending on the story about it. Like everything here is, this helmet has, that's like an hour story. That alone took a while. My friend Mike helped me get this, and yeah, but anyway, everything here is great. But anyway, so let me continue. I guess about my channel. Ooh, let me zoom in here, hold on. There we go. And my girlfriend Maggie got me this statuette. I really want to get all 4 of them so I can display them in like a beautiful case. I am going to get more cases. I just don't want to get the Detolfs anymore. They do not stop dust. Basically, figures get as dusty out here as they do inside of a Detolf. The cracks and those are, they're huge. It doesn't matter. Dust goes right in there. So, yes, they are cheap. They kind of look okay, but to be honest with you, the squares that they're in are even bigger than this square, and you can only fill toys up to here unless you build stuff up, you know. So I sold 4 of my cases, 4 Detolfs that I had my collections into to my best friend Chris, who turned them into terrariums, which is a thing. But anyway, so the point of my collection. So yeah, everything here has a story. Like, pick out any of these things, I will talk to you about it forever. I don't collect anything just for the sake of collecting it. You know, I really don't care about that. I don't care if it's something super valuable. I don't really collect anything to resell later. I might have a couple things that I'm holding on to so I can trade it later, or, you know, sell it to get some money to buy some things I really want. You know what I mean? Anyway, everyone knows that whole spiel. That's why I still haven't bought the Walmart Iron Giant, because I have this bad boy and I'm happy with him. So yeah, that's such a long story where I got that. My friend, well, Dan from the market, but I don't even know. He needs a new nickname. He's like Sea Spray Dan or freaking Dino Rider Dan, whatever. Mel's friend Dan, I don't know. But yeah, that's my Japanese freaking Dino Charge. Let's see if he still works. Yes, he does. The American version does not have sounds or lights, but anyway, I love Power Rangers. I love Ninja Turtles, obviously. There he is. There's Leo. There's my big one. There's my little one. I absolutely love these NECA things. But yeah, definitely want to complete either the tall one to have all 4, or the short ones to have all 4. Obviously, one's cheaper than the other, but whatever, man. Okay, you guys can tell, like, I really love looking at my toys. I really love talking about them. But anyway, the point is, what I'm trying to tell you guys is this channel, why I collect and stuff like that, and where everything's going with my channel, because I keep trying. A lot of people misunderstood my one video where I was talking about the fact that I'm gonna quit making flea market videos as soon as I hit 200 videos. And that's true. I am going to quit making flea market videos, but the flea market videos that I'm gonna quit making are, yeah, just the ones that I always made at Columbus Farmers Market, man. I've been making Columbus Farmers Market, flea market videos pretty much There's probably at least 180, 170 that are all at that particular flea market. And that's cool. A lot of my friends sell there. I love going there. I'm still going to be going there pretty much every week as soon as I can. But the thing about that market is I think I've filmed way too much there already. And I really want to do... Here's what I want to do. Hi, everyone. So what I'm trying to tell you is I'm going to keep making flea market videos, just not at Columbus. I'm still gonna sometimes film there, but I want to go to other flea markets. I want to go northeast area, the tri-state area, New York, Philadelphia, and New Jersey. There's a ton of flea markets, like a shitload, you know, excuse my French. But there's a ton of them. So I really wanted to do this a year or two ago. But I ended up getting a job with a metal scrapper, and a house clean out guy, and I pretty much like wasted 2 years of my life working with this dude, just going to houses, cleaning them out, going to scrap yards, which there was a lot of fun times also, but I made like no money doing that. I wasted my time doing that than doing my social work jobs. Anyway, so I came back to flea market stuff like last year. And anyway, I sold a bunch of stuff. I sold a lot of my collection. A lot of stuff happened. And that's why I almost got like burned out with the flea market stuff, because I was like, man, like every time I go, I have to whip out my camera. I'm always like walking around holding the camera, you know? It's my flea market. I love it. I don't want to be the flea market video guy there anymore. There's plenty of those there now. Like, since I started filming years ago there was only like 8-Byte Brian making videos, but he never made like hunting videos. He only made pickup videos of stuff he bought there. So, after I started making videos, like, half of my friends started making YouTube channels, which is awesome. I helped a lot of them do it. But now there's a bunch of people that I don't even know, like every other vendor is a YouTuber, you know, so like I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that. By the way, everybody who's a YouTuber or people that I help make, you know, YouTube channels and you do stuff there, keep doing it, because I'm backing the fuck out. So you guys keep doing it, man. I bow my head to you all. I don't want to do it there. I will from time to time. I'm going to be a guest there and film, but I'm always going to be there as a person, so everyone can still see me there and say hi to me if you guys want to. But anyway, that's the thing. I don't want to keep going to Columbus Farmers Market because too many scalpers, way too many hunters. For one reason or another, I don't judge anyone. I don't care if you're doing it just to resell anything. Good for you. If you can make a living by reselling toys, you are a genius. Like, awesome. I don't want to do that. But good for you. But yeah, there's a lot of also like bad scalpers that aren't... Resellers are cool. Scalpers are a bunch of assholes. Scalpers are people that are just there to grab everything they can just to resell. They don't even collect this shit. They just know what's valuable. They're knowledgeable about what they can resell, what's worth money. Again, good for you, but there's like 50 of them there. Like, for me to find anything good for my collection, not to resell, just for my freaking collection right here. Like, I have to be there at 3 in the morning and, like, wait for them to just open up at around, when people just start setting up around 6 o'clock, just to, like, walk around to be able to find anything. But even then, it's too late, because everyone knows this particular, what do you call it, method. You know, early bird gets the worm, you know? So, a lot of people already know other vendors and, like, the scalpers, resellers. They're like, you know, when you get new stuff, hold it for me. Which is great, but at this point... Everything's being held for everyone. Everything's being hidden under the table for somebody else, because the seller, the vendor, knows that that person, the reseller, is going to give him more money for what they're getting, because everybody knows what they have now. You know, there's a rare chance that some old lady has something that her grandson had or collected, and she doesn't care, everything's $1, you know, like, you still find that stuff, don't get me wrong, that stuff is still there. All that stuff is still there, so hunting's definitely not dead. But my point is, I'm gonna digress now. My point is, I'm gonna make way more flea market videos and continue my flea market days videos, but I'm gonna go to a lot of other flea markets. And hopefully that'll actually be more interesting for you guys, because everybody can come along with me and see a different flea market every week, you know? Like, how does that one in New Jersey do? How does that one in Pennsylvania do? How was that one in New York? You know, like, there's so many around me. Like, I can literally go to a flea market around my house within 5 miles. There will be at least 6 flea markets within 5 miles. So I'm very blessed with flea markets around here. So Columbus Farmers Market is straight up like I have to drive there. It's 45 minutes one way, 45 another way. So it's an effort to go there. And at this point, I just been going there to hang out with my friends. Like Mel, Dan, Tim, Mike, the other Mike, Star Wars Mike, freaking Star Wars Mike. Transformers Mike, sorry. A bunch of you guys, like Steve, freaking. Anyway, I'm gonna stop naming people because one man's junk Mike, freaking Tall Dan. I'm gonna stop. If I didn't name you, I'm sorry, whatever. I'm just, the list is long. I know everybody at that market. I almost literally know every vendor there, unless you're like new or whatever. So, but anyway, that's what's happening, guys. I'm going to keep making flea market videos. I'm still a freaking collector, obviously. I'm still gonna keep collecting. I love this stuff. I love toys. I love them for nostalgia. I love them for the art of them. Like, I'm gonna start actually collecting a lot more art toys. I've really been getting into those. I'm really into statues, like the Green Ranger stuff, like replica stuff. I really like this stuff, like the shiny, all metal, like awesome stuff. I still like old toys, but there's only so much you can collect with vintage stuff, I don't want to have everything. I just want to have, a vintage Leonardo. I want to have a vintage other toy, whatever. Like, I don't need every single thing. This is a vintage, flip head. This isn't the Repop. And I have the vintage one right there. That's my favorite toy from that line. And I had, freaking Jason David Frank sign it for me. And I'm completely content with that. I don't need the whole team, So what the whole team of that, what I'm gonna get is the Lightning. I really like these. So I'm gonna get these guys. I like the sculpt, I like the mold, I like the fact that you have the original, there's Trini's face, the actor. So I'm gonna collect those, just have the team, original team of MMPR in that form, and I'm happy with that. I don't need every version of every toy line, of every single thing to like cover my walls, because to me that's not really nostalgia, that's just hoarding. It looks amazing. I had those collections quite a few times. I've gone crazy hoarder with collecting toys, but that's not really what I'm gonna do now. So yeah. Whew. Okay, so you guys can tell I always have a lot to say. But here, let me around. This is where I edit my videos, by the way. But anyway, this is my pin collection. I'm just gonna zoom down a little bit here, let you enjoy these. But yeah, so I hope that my point came across to you guys. I know my videos are very long, but this is kind of also me showing off the collection. So showing you what I got, guys. And this isn't everything I have. I also collect military patches. I collect watches. I have a couple watches, pocket watches that are like over 100 years old. Actually, almost 200 years old. I have comic book collections. I have a small comic book collection. It's just one short box. I have magazine collections here. Oh yeah, I have this. Check this out. I have the original Power Rangers official fan club thing. Yes, it's filled with the stuff that it comes with. Oh man, I'll put that away later. But yeah, my sticker collection, I have a video on that. This is my Marvel Masterpiece cards collection. I made a video about that. My stamp collection from my childhood, like postal stamps. A ton of those in there. I think I have 3 albums actually of that stuff. I don't know. I have a small poster collection that I'm not really putting up. I mean, I have my Flight of the Navigator poster there that's starting to peel off for some reason. But I absolutely love that movie. Oh yeah, let me actually go into my living room. I'll show you some of my DVD collection stuff. Alright, I'm trying not to like show you every single thing I have in the house. But this is, still technically a part of my collection. This is some of my VHS stuff. The Breakfast Club is signed by Mr. Meyer. That was my he was producer on that. He was also one of my film professors. My Blockbuster, whatever. E.T. is the first VHS I ever owned. Someone gifted it to me when I came to Canada from Ukraine in 1991. So E.T. is my official, and this is the exact tape that I've had since I was a wee lad. I absolutely love E.T. There's my Flight of the Navigator. Anyway, so yeah. Then some DVDs here. I absolutely love Studio Ghibli stuff. There's my Totoro, there's my Spirited Away, I have my Ponyo up there. So, Samurai X, one of my absolute favorite animes. I'm very curious, do any of you who are watching, have you ever seen Mission Hill? I used to love this show so much. I still do. Absolutely awesome, awesome, awesome show. Animated show. But yeah. So yeah, this isn't a DVD collection. I'm not going to show everything and slow down for everything. A lot of these are Maggie's. That's our Blu-ray collection. You gotta have your John Wicks, Apollo 13, Logan, Warcraft, Fast and Furious. I love Fast and Furious. Those of you that hate it, I'm sorry for you. I know they're cheesy. Vin Diesel's a giant ass, but, you know, I love Fast and Furious. Did you know that Vin Diesel voiced Iron Giant? If you didn't, now you do. Monty Python, I'm a huge fan. There's V, the complete series I have here, The Final Battle. Kung Fu with David Carradine, Knight Rider, Fraggle Rock, The Voyager, Star Trek, Sliders. So yeah, then I'm not gonna go through this, but books. Most of these are Maggie's. A lot of these are mine. Hokusai. The nerdy stuff is more my stuff, but I love Cosmos with Carl Sagan. Let's see. This is the next book I'm reading. Seneca, Letters of a Stoic. Book of Five Rings, another one of my favorite books. This is the graphic novel version, which is interesting. But yeah, not going through that. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's this. Let's go back to my collection room. Actually, before we do, these are just some of my 3D collages. I show these often. But there's always someone new, like Stan Lee says. It's always somebody's first book. This is my Nintendo piece. Everyone loves this one. A lot of 3D stuff in here. I'm sure everyone's questions are, how much are these? Let me just put it this way. None of these are less than $500. So, there's a Predator and Batman. This one's called Scream. It's a really cool Power Rangers one right there. So yeah. Okay, so that was just some of my art, and but yeah, so there's really nothing else I can show you other than, you know, just tell you I also make custom toys. That's just something I play around with. Not really a professional with that. But yeah, oh yeah, I was gonna tell you about my bins. Okay, so the story about these bins. Some of them are marked, a lot of them are marked wrongly. I have to go over this stuff again, but I have my camera equipment in the corner. The bottom bin is filled with lenses for video camera. The gray Pelican case holds my EX1 Sony professional camera. I love that camera. I wouldn't want to get a newer one for any reason. I love that. The image it produces is HD and perfect. I love that camera. So enough said. So as you saw, like, and I told you, my collection started with cars as a child, because my dad basically, he traveled the world. He was a businessman, and he would always bring me a couple of cars, not the 1/18 scale, just, you know, smaller ones. Here's a couple of, these are my actual childhood toys right here. These are like the Soviet cars. So yeah, I had these since childhood. These are the ones my dad got me a long time ago. So just can't focus on them, dang it. There you go, look at that. They're cool, man. I love these. Every time I see these, it's just warm feelings all around, y'all. So, but yeah. So, what's up with this is, here's my Hot Wheels collection. It's filled to the brim with movie Hot Wheels, nicer quality Hot Wheels, a bunch of those Soviet cars, my actual childhood collection. All that stuff's in there. I just don't have the proper shelves that need to be like this to display all that. But one day, and there's a lot. CDs, cassettes. So this is my collection of obviously CDs and cassette tapes, but also all my vintage and retro, whatever, video games and stuff. That's what's in this case. So I have a couple of NES games, so Super NES games, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. Let's see. Anyway, retro stuff is all in there. That's more of my toys for my collection that I'm not displaying right now because there's no shelf space. Then I just have like Christmas stuff, living room stuff that me and Maggie haven't really had a chance to put up, but a lot of those are also collectibles. Steampunk, I have a lot of like steampunk masks that I do, and I used to make a lot of like leather stuff, so that's what's in those cases. Oh man, let's see. Oh yeah, I have a couple of bins for like toys and art. So that bin just has toys, parts, pieces. It has a bunch of like weapons, stuff like that for my customs and stuff. So that's filled with that. And oh yeah, old laptops. That's exactly what this says. There's a bunch of old consoles that I have in there. My Sega Genesis, my NES, my Xbox, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, my Zapper, and my PlayStation 2 light gun as well is in there. So I'm actually currently in the market for a boob tube, one of those old TVs that I can put in here somewhere, probably in the corner, so I can play with that. Those of you who are new, this is one of the things I'm working for, the collage, one of my He-Man collage that I'm working on. This is another custom that I made for my friend Leland. I just had to take it back from him to put some finishing touches on it. But yeah, as you can see, it's kind of... I need to fix the attachment here. But yeah, I was doing the red eyes on this bad boy. This is called Battle Beast Dragon Zord. As you can see, he is most impressive, if I do say so myself. Every single thing here is hand painted. It was completely stripped, sanded, and then repainted. So even all the blacks, the whole mask, everything. Had to get brand new stickers from Japan or Starlight Studio, I forget one of those. But yeah. So yeah. This is one of my customs. Yeah, Leland, this will be going to you soon. Just waiting for the quarantine stuff to be over with. That's Houdini, one of my cats. I also have a Siamese. Her name's Asia. But yeah, that's it, guys. Hey, look, that's one of my collages too. One of my smaller pieces that I absolutely love. You can see it's 3D as well. Stuff flying off each and every way. But yeah, the end at last, guys. This is it. I just wanted to show you off my collection, talk about it a little bit. I wanted you guys to know that I'm gonna continue making flea market videos. I'm gonna continue making collection videos. I'm gonna start using my good camera soon. The problem was, you can see I have a bunch of Mac computers, but they're all dead for one reason or another. I'm a filmmaker by trade and editor, and I use those so much that they burned out. So right now I'm using a borrowed laptop to do some of my professional work, and I'm in the market to buy a new Mac to continue doing stuff. But until then, I have to use my phone, which is actually, the quality is not too bad. This is the S10 whatever G5 version. But I'm gonna bust out my good camera and for those flea market videos that I intend to make. So I'm going to put a lot more production value. So being a filmmaker, you guys, if you're a filmmaker who's watching, you know that me filming with this phone is like rough. It's killing me. Like, I do some editing, like with editing apps for this phone stuff, but like you can only do so much, and I don't want to pretend like this isn't a cell phone that I'm using. So, I kind of want to keep these homemade, home video style. So that's what my videos have been lately. So it's just the content. I just kind of try to carry my videos with stories and such. So, but anyway, for my future thank you for sticking around. So all my future videos are gonna, not all, but the flea market videos are gonna have a higher production value. I'm gonna use good camera. I'm gonna maybe script them out a little bit to where, like, you know, who do I talk to? What questions do I ask? I am gonna do more, like some of my friends' collections. I'm gonna show those off. I actually started doing that with my friend Andre's collection, and then this whole pandemic situation started, so I couldn't do it anymore. But yeah, man, it's amazing what, like, equipment, you know, how it restricts you a little bit, because I love that camera and the images come out so well. I have like good, you know, I have good tripods. I have a stabilizer right there, you know, like a Steadicam situation. I have good friends that are also filmmakers, like those of you that have been watching my live streams. My friend Bruce, he's a filmmaker. He's into film and stuff like that. I have a bunch of filmmaker friends, but I don't want to bring them in on something like, oh, on a whim, let's go to a flea market and film stuff. No, like, you have to plan it out. You have to, you know, make sure you know what you're doing out there. So look forward to those guys. I'm not done flea market videos. I'm not done. I'm going to make them better. And they're going to be in different flea markets, not just Columbus Farmers Market in New Jersey. So, but I encourage all of you to go to Columbus Farmers Market because my friends sell there. And it's an amazing market. It's been there for about 100 years or more. So it's one of the older flea markets in tri-state area. So I definitely recommend that market. I love that market. Like I said, I'm still going to go there, just not going to film every freaking weekend, you know, that I'm there and look at the tables. Like, I'm tired of that. There has to be context. So yeah, I'm still a YouTube fan. I watch a lot of flea market guys, toy collectors. I watch a lot of those videos. And I'm not going to shout out too much of anyone because I used to shout out everybody all the time. But it feels like nobody really noticed. So I was like, why am I shouting everyone out? They're growing their channels and I'm just over here like, check him out, check him out, check him out. Like, you know, like, why am I doing that? So I'm only going to shout out people I really like and not as often, if that makes sense. So, but anyway. Okay, everyone, I think I'm done. I think I made my peace with you all. I hope you enjoyed my collection. Here, let me do another, like, pan over. There. I really hope you enjoyed this collection. I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk. Hopefully the information I gave you cleared some things up. I hope that if you're not subscribed, you're going to subscribe. Click that bell button or whatever. But there's a lot more to come. I'm going to collect a lot more stuff that I love. I'm definitely in the market for animated series figures. That's coming up next. They might end up being statues though. I don't know if I want the figures. Like I said, I'm going more in the statue route. Like, I'm really liking this over this. You know, like, that's a statue right there. That's a statue right there. So, anyway. That's a statue, obviously. So yeah, yeah, I'm just wrapping this up, guys. I built this when I was in high school. Completely built this RC car, painted all that stuff on there, put the stickers on. That was fun. Houdini. I am tired too, but alright. So yeah. So, again, thank you for watching this whole video. The reason why I collect this for nostalgia is for appreciating the art of this stuff, just to make myself feel better, make my guests that come in here and check this stuff out, you know, to see the expression on their face where they're like, oh my god, I had that as a kid, or oh my god, I remember this, or I remember that, or I used to have this car, or I used to have this toy, or, you know, I used to watch Flight of the Navigator or Back to the Future, and, you know, like, it's been a while. I really love all that, and I love my office here. This is where I make all my art. I work on my collages here. I do my editing here. I do my live streams from this desk. This is my office. This is my studio, my nostalgic studio. So, I hope you guys, if you are not subscribed, I hope you join me. I hope you join me on my adventure of collecting, my adventure of art. I'm definitely going to be doing my nostalgic website soon. I'm going to set up Shopify. I'm going to do a lot more art vlogs and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys are into that. So, but yeah, oh yeah, I also have some records here. I collect a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna keep making a lot more of my collection videos where I just pull stuff out, kind of like I did with the Marvel cards, or my sticker collection, or my Turbo bubblegum insert collection. Like, a lot of people love that, and I'm gonna keep making those. So, alright guys, this video has been entirely too long, but I hope you enjoyed looking at the fun things to look at, because I can stare at this stuff for hours. I can make countless videos about this because I love this. Like, every single toy thing I have in my collection, I absolutely love. So yeah, stick around for more videos, stick around for flea markets, stick around for toy collecting, stick around for live streams, stick around for nostalgic trips where I talk about memories and I take you on journeys to places I grew up, and I tell you stories that happened in those areas. I love making those because I walk daily. Yesterday, me and Maggie walked 10 miles through Pennsylvania Pennypack Park. But yeah, I walk at least 3 to 5 miles every morning, and then sometimes in the evening before bed. Well, not before bed, but you know what I mean. But and during those, if I'm alone, I'll usually make a Nostalgic Trips video where I talk about stuff. So stick around for that. Anyway, this is it, guys. My name's Nazar. You are watching Naztalgic. Most people call me Naz because it's easier. Nazar it's a Ukrainian name. It's kind of Ukrainian, Turkish, Indian. It's something else, but it's Nazar. But call me Naz, everybody. You're watching Naztalgic, like the sign says. And I'll see you all in the next video. You're all awesome. If you're a collector, I totally understand you, and I wish you all good luck, good hunting out there, and yeah, Kirk out. Peace and love, everyone.